This should be available into the elements here that will appear. So for example, if I wanted a window and I inserted a new family, then it should appear here. Okay, so next. Did everyone manage to catch up on your here? So next we will try to create a panoramic window. For this, it's important to go into the 3D view of the architect, and we just select one of the walls. Yeah.
Can you just repeat the load family steps again?
Yeah. So if we want to load an element that maybe we have also downloaded from a PIM website, we go to Insert, Load from Library, Load Family, and we need to search in the hierarchy where it is. If it's just, we're choosing just from the presets that are already downloaded, then we just go to wherever it was here. I don't know, it could also be this English family. And we click whatever the important element needs to be, and we just open it. For example, here are these beams that could be used for bridges. Okay. So, yeah. 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 But this is more useful if you have downloaded something specific. Yeah. So to start creating a panoramic window, we need to go to the 3D view of the architect. This is located again if we go to the project browser, to the hierarchy, and we go to the 3D views. We should be able to see this 3D view architect. Then we select the wall. Zoom in. If we see here under Modify Walls Mode, we should see this option Edit Profile. We click this. It will give a warning that it will influence the top and base attachments, but that's okay for now. So for this now we can go into one of these tools here. Maybe we can go into the elevation. And then I'm gonna grab this rectangle tool and just draw a rectangle. It doesn't matter, just some rectangle. If you want precise dimensions, you can also type it. Then I need to confirm. And if we go back to the 3D view, we see that the opening is now being created. It's important to create the opening before we place the window so that it's connected parametrically. This relationship is built between the wall and the window. So now, does anyone have any questions? Yeah. Yeah, when I select the wall. So if I select the wall here in the mode, this tab will appear only after selecting the wall in the architect 3D view. Then I need to go to edit profile. Okay. So next, in order to place the window, we go to architecture. We go to the wall and we open this little arrow. We can place an architectural wall this time. Before placing it, we need to go into what type of wall it is, and if we scroll down, you will see this option for curtain wall. Make sure to choose one without a grid. this, I'm gonna choose the height to go to the first floor. Okay, and then we should be able to see the window here if we zoom in the ground floor plan. So now I can just draw it. I just click and drag, and this panoramic window will be placed. It will give a warning that there is an overlap, but this we will adjust next. So we just close this warning. Now if we go again back to the architect view, we select this and we see here's the overlap. In order to fix this, we just grab these arrows, you can see, and we drag them until it snaps in place. Any questions?
Can you repeat how you get the wall?
Yeah. So maybe we can draw it again. If we go to architecture, we go to wall, and then wall architectural. Then make sure here in the type of wall that it is a curtain wall, which means that it's glazed. And make sure to choose without a grid, this one here. Afterwards, we can define the up to where it needs to go, what the top constraint of this will be. I'm gonna do first floor, we're gonna adjust it anyway, but it's good to give it a constraint. Then I go to the ground floor plan. Here, I know that the window is located somewhere here. This is the opening that we created, so we just click here, we drag, and it will be created. Again, we will get this warning that there is an overlap, which we will fix next. To fix this, we press escape so that we are now outside of the editing mode. We can go to the 3D view architect and see where the window will be. Then we see the arrows here. We drag them like this until it snaps in place. Okay. So next. In the next step, we can try to create a stair. So I'm gonna create, here we see that we have the opening in the slab from last time. I'm gonna go to this floor. Okay. In order to create the stair, we first need to go to the ground floor plan. In this case is the first floor. This is the opening that we did last time by editing the boundaries of the slab. Now if we go to architecture, to circulation, we see the stair option here. If we click it, maybe we can keep this in mind here so that we see what's going on. So here I can choose what kind of stair I want. I'm just going to go with the option that is chosen here by default. And it's also important to choose in the location line here, where do I want the stair to be placed in relation to a line that I will draw. In my case, I want it to be placed on the right. So I can just click here and drag it, and it will, if you see, it will automatically calculate the length of the stair. Then I click again, and the stair will be created. If we want to modify the stair, we can go into edit type here, and here we will see some parameters like the thickness or the profile. And if we want to really modify these, we can duplicate it and create a new stair. So, any questions? Yeah? Yeah? The project browser, you go to view, and you see the windows here, under user interface, you need to check this option here. Okay, so after we created the stair, we see now that the opening is not matching anymore. So for this, I can click it again. Then I go to edit boundary. And this will be the opening that is cut. I can just drag it like this so that it fits with the stair. And then I confirm by pressing OK. It will ask me if I want to attach it. I will attach it. Okay. Next, we might want to add a railing. Sorry?
Can you repeat this again?
The slab?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have created the stair here. I'm in a ground floor plan. If I want to now modify the opening of the slab where the stair is placed, I have to click it, and then I go under mode to edit boundary. We see that now we are in this draw mode. We can just click and drag until it snaps until where the stair is, and then we press OK to confirm. It will give the warning if we want to attach it, and it's always good to attach so that they are linked. Okay, so next we might want to add a railing. We see that the model here has this kind of balcony. In order to add the railing, we go again to architecture. We see again under circulation where the stair was, this railing option. We can click the little arrow, and there are some options here. I would suggest we use sketch path. So we click it, then we see that we can now draw. For this, we can just click and draw a line. So now I'm just going to draw a line all over the balcony. So then we press OK to confirm. And we see that the railing was created. This is how it looks like. In order to change the type of railing, we can go here into the properties window, and we see that there are some options. This is, for example, a wooden or some steel stair, depending on what our design is. Okay. So next, we can think about how to model a roof. If we go to the ground floor plan again, under architecture, we see this option here about the roof. We open the little arrow, and this time I would suggest that we use roof by footprint, which will allow us to draw a line where the roof needs to go. We need to go to After we click it, we see here in the draw function that we have these options here for drawing. In my case, I'm going to just choose this rectangle because the area that I want to cover is rectangular. We click this, and then we just draw where the roof needs to go. We can overdo some overhang, but in this case, I'm just going to draw it up to where is created by default. If we want to change it into a gable roof, for example, we click it and we see to edit footprint. We see these little arrows here that define that this edge, for example, has a slope, like it will define a slope. If I want this to have, for example, a gable roof like this, then I can just select the long sides by pressing Control and then clicking. And in the properties, we see defines under constraints defines roof slope. If I uncheck it, then we see that it disappeared and it should not define the slope anymore, so the roof that was created looks like this. But we see that maybe it doesn't have the right slope that we wanted. For that, we can go again, click in the roof. Did anyone have any questions until now?
Okay. Do that part with times with slope? Where did you the options, where did you click it?
Yeah, so we just click the roof, then in the floor plan, I need to go to edit footprint. Then I select the edges that I don't want to define a slope. Then on the left side in the properties, we see in the constraints defines the roof slope. And here we need to uncheck it.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah. Maybe we can repeat now, like removing one more side. So if I click in the roof and I go to mode, edit footprint, I click this, then we see that these two sides define the slope now. So if I say this side, I don't want it to have to define the slope. I see this option here, defines roof slope in the constraints properties, and we need to uncheck it. Then we confirm with OK. Of course, here we also need to change the angle of this, but this we'll do in this next step. Okay, so to change the angle, we again click on the roof, on the architect view. We go to edit footprint again. And in this case, I want them to have the same angle, so I'm going to select both of them at the same time. In the same place where we had defined roof slope, we look a bit down, and we have the slope here, which is defined by 30 degrees. I will choose 10 degrees here, for example, and confirm with OK. Again, this was located if we select the edges of the roof in the dimensions under slope. We need to type the value that we want to use. Okay, now we see that the roof is changed. Now it looks like this. But we have the problem that the walls do not go up until the roof. So for this, in the architect view again, we see which walls need to be extended. In our case, this and this one, but we might as well just select all the walls. Then this modify walls tab appears. Under modify wall, we see the option attach top or base. We click this, and here we see if we want to attach the top or the base of the walls. In our case, we want to attach the top. Then we click on the roof, and we see that it was extended. Yep. So we need to go to the 3D architect view. We select the walls that we want to attach to the roof. If we attach them, this means that we are defining the top constraint, so they will go up to where that element is, in our case the roof. After we have selected them, this modify walls tab appears, and then we see modify wall here, and we click attach top or base. We need to make sure here that we have chosen top, because this is what we want to attach, and then we just click the roof. And now we should see that it is parametric. So even if we change the roof, so let's go back again to the roof and try to make it just like a flat roof with a small slope. We go into edit footprint again. We can try to remove one of these slopes, make it not define the slope of the roof. So we unclick defines roof slope. We press OK, and we see that it was adjusted parametrically. Again, if we want to adjust now the height, we go again to edit footprint. We select this edge here that, if we see here, it says it defines 10 degrees. And we can move it to 5 degrees. Yeah.
سامسونج هبعت لك صورته على الواتساب هو ده تقريبا.
You need to. So the question was, if you just select one of the walls, will all the walls be recognized and be attached automatically? The answer is no. You need to select all of them, but the attachment will be saved. Like there's a link. Even if you now change, for example, the type of the roof here. We see here it's another type of roof. Every thing that we have linked will be saved. Does anyone have questions? Okay, so if not, we can do a 5-minute break and see you here at 12:15.
بس ما بستخدموش. بحب اكتب على الورق، بحب اكتب يعني. بس هدخل بعمل فولدر لكل حاجة وبتاع.
Okay, if we want to, there was a question if we want to.
الورق بالنسبة لي أسهل وأريح، فاهم؟ أكتب كده وأعلم.
For this, we need to go again. We select the roof. We go to edit footprint, and we see that the boundary of the roof is highlighted. We select it and drag. For example, I can also do like 30 here, the dimension. It would have if we create some sort of reference line. But yeah, and then here we can click and attach all of these. Now if we save, we see that the overhang